Good day. On this presentation, I will take you through question 1 of Digital Marketing Applications, Assignment 3. At the end of the presentation, you will also find all the answers to question 2. As marketing manager for Denver Family Wines, I will be presenting the 6 steps I followed whilst planning an integrated campaign for Gen Z and millennials. So step 1 is goal setting and tracking for interactive marketing communications. Here we're looking at which goals should be set for our online campaign. We've identified 5 campaign-specific goals that we've set and will be tracked to increase our brand awareness and develop brand familiarity and preference. So the first one is audience or traffic building goals. Here we'd like to target 20 to 35-year-olds and to increase online sales for alcoholic beverages by 7.5% and non-alcoholic beverages by 12% by no later than 30 September 2023. So we've set the following goals and we'll track the following goals. We'd like to drive quality visitors to the website during the campaign. We'd like to convert visitors to customers and get more newsletter sign-up. Encourage repeat sales on e-commerce website, and we will also track our social media campaigns on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all these campaigns will obviously drive traffic to the e-commerce website. Second goal we're looking at is conversion and interaction goals. Yeah, an effective and consistent message will be communicated on all channels to influence our visitors' perceptions. The message would be that we would offer a second bottle of non-alcoholic beverage at a 50% discount to all farm visitors and online purchases using a specific coupon code. Thirdly, we'll look at third-party site reach. Here we'll be using social media platforms again, such as Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, blogs, display ads, all of these to reach and engage and influence Gen Z and millennials to increase their visits to the farm and then also to buy online. Then number 4, multi-channel goals. We will integrate a 5-day pre-recorded radio advertisement to announce that you can now buy online and to announce our launch as well. We will also mention that the non-alcoholic beverages will be sold at 2 retail outlets. The advertisement will be broadcast on Bok Radio and Heart FM, which are 2 community radio stations. And that will be to increase brand awareness and to drive the goal of increasing wine farm visits and the sale of non-alcoholic beverages on the farm. Our longer-term brand engagement goals would be to actually just get an additional 500 newsletter subscribers between the ages of 20 and 35. We will engage with them, our existing suppliers, by communicating all the health benefits of less sugar in beverages. Then looking at how will we measure the success of this campaign. We will look at volume measures. This is a very effective way for us to track the number of unique visitors that will visit the site during a campaign using one single IP address, which is very important, one single IP address. We will look at the ROI. We will calculate the profit versus the marketing spend to acquire a new customer. In case of Denver Family Farms, we aim for an ROI of 1,000%. We will also look at the acquisition cost. Here we will determine the cost per click, and obviously we would like that to be as low as possible. The media cost, here we'll also determine what we've actually paid for a customer to click on the advertisement. Conversion rates, to me, is the most effective measure of success, and this is where the number of site visitors converting to a specific goal. For example, if a customer is signing up for a newsletter, or whether they actually purchase online. We'll obviously keep an eye on the bounce rates to ensure we improve our landing page to make it more appealing for customers, should they just bounce off after like a second or so. On all the social media pages, we will make sure that all the links that we use in the socials will drive them to the e-commerce section of the website, or a relevant landing page. When we look at offline, our customers will be visiting the farm, and receive a coupon code to actually redeem online. So step 2, here we looked at all the campaign insights. We looked at which data about the customer and the competitor behaviors is available for us to make an informed decision. So for us to ensure that we create a campaign that targets Gen Z and millennials, we had to research their demographics, behaviors, and on which sites they engage with. We've considered the following customer insights during this campaign planning. First of all, we looked at site audience research and composition. So the Gen Zs and millennials are males and females between the ages of 20 and 35. They have a discretionary income that allows them to spend on entertainment. The most popular sites they visit are Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat featured, but on a much smaller scale, I would say. Then we looked at the online buying behavior and preferences. So according to Forbes, 75% of Gen Zers prefer their mobile device as a browsing device. They're very impulsive buyers, and they want more from the brands than just high quality products or affordability. So brand authenticity, transparency, and sustainability is very important to them. So interesting, both millennials and Gen Z enjoy in-store buying. They embrace mobile payments, and they use e-commerce apps. But the millennials will focus on discounts when shopping, and they will switch brands very quickly if discounts are available. Then we look at customer media consumption. The Gen Zs and millennials consumes music, online videos, games, and they use social media to connect. In the case of Gen Zers, they use Netflix, TikTok, and Instagram more than Facebook. So our customer search behavior was very interesting. So we have to be reachable on multiple platforms. Visual and video content is important, and they prefer interactive content over advertisements. So their shorter attention span will demand a much easy to navigate website, so an optimized website. The search phrases will have to include slang and lingo such as family and bro. Then furthermore, we looked at the competitor campaign activity. On this competitor campaign, we will keep an eye on all the competitors' website traffic during the course of the campaign. And this is for us to have a benchmark upon which we can base our website traffic. Benchmarking is so important when we do our competitor analysis. So the competitor performance will provide us with information on the audience size, their value proposition, their business structures, their marketing efforts, and just generally of who they are. This information can be used in our campaign, and we have used it in our campaign on what we have to avoid and what we can capitalize on. Step 3 is segmentation and targeting. This is how do we target and reach all our different audiences. So to reach our target market, we had to use targeted methods according to the market, our campaign, and our e-communication tools that was involved. We had to understand our target market's characteristics, their values, their needs, and their behaviors. Furthermore, we've identified the attributes, and specifically the attributes that will influence a response-specific targeting approach for the relevant e-communication tools. For example, online advertising, search engine marketing, and email marketing. So Gen Z and millennials can now be targeted and segmented based on the following. We looked at the relationship with the company. Here, what we'll do is we will use personalized newsletters to our existing customer base regarding our non-alcoholic beverages and the health benefits thereof. This will deepen the relationship within the organization. Then we looked at demographic segmentation. This is where we would segment our database according to our demographic characteristics like age to target the existing customer base. Segmentation and targeting for gender will only be applied at a later stage for Denver family farms. For now, we are just going to look at our target market, which is 20 to 35-year-olds, to visit the farm. And we've actually targeted the message around the launch, which is the 1st of June 2023. We also looked at the psychographic segmentation. So quite interesting. So for the older buying group, which may be very skeptical of making online purchases, we will update them throughout the buying and the shipping journey. We will send them notifications of when the order is captured, when the product is prepared for dispatch, or when the product leaves for delivery. We will also communicate the expected delivery time and confirm the place. All of this will be to build trust with this nervous buyer. So with Gen Z and millennials, we don't need this many notifications, as they are more trusting of the process and more concerned about the instant gratification, and they will typically demand like a 24-hour turnaround time. Then we looked at value. So our communication strategy will be very different for customer groups. So for the visitor who searches online, but he doesn't check out, we will offer a 10% discount if they buy now. And typically for all returning customers, we will send notifications of the month special offered by Denver Family Farms, especially on the non-alcoholic ranges. When you look at life cycle stage, we will use analytics to assess the customer's behavior and to understand how they may react to all our future communication. Analytics will show the heart bounces, the opens, which link was clicked on, and it will also provide us with a heat map of where the consumer spent most time looking. So step 4 is the big idea. Here we offer a message that we've developed, and the creative supports the message. We're looking at how to specify our offer and our key messages. So we've created a very effective campaign with key messages to support our online and offline goals, to invigorate sales and to promote visits to Denver Family Farms. The objective is to drive them to the e-commerce website. So our brand value message would be to promote brand awareness and recall. We'll use other brand metrics such as brand familiarity, favorability, and the purchase intent may be incorporated. When we're looking at brand alignment, this was very important because the creative must be on brand, and it must fit with the brand perception. The creative needs to be shareable via word of mouth or even via social media amplification.
Midnight tonight. This is a breathtaking page. Before midnight tonight. This is a breathtaking page.
So step 5 is the budgeting and the selection of our digital mix. Here we had to set our budgets, and we had to invest in different forms of digital media. So for us to make the right decision, we had to look at three different points, important decisions. We had to look at the level of investment in digital media techniques compared to our offline promotions. So we've decided to use 2 community radio stations to support our message and to drive online sales. Also to communicate the availability at 2 retail outlets and to promote our farm visits. The community radio stations offered a value add in social media posts and an advertisement in the digital newsletter. So the cost for this radio campaign is valued at 20,000 Rand per station. Then we also had to understand the different touch points that influences the purchase and to select the right mix of digital media communications. So the digital media communications for Denver Family Farms will consist of radio, social media content, SEO, display ads, and various paid advertising. Then lastly, that was very important, we had to look at the level of investment in the digital assets. This played a very important role as we needed to understand what all of these digital assets are going to cost us. So in this slide, you will see a complete budget that was set out for F23, assuming our financial year runs from 1 July. The final step was step 6. This is where we integrate our overall media plan or our schedule. I will take you right at the end to a time frames to show you how everything comes together. So our digital and mobile communications are most successful when integrated with our offline media and when a clear and consistent message is communicated to the consumer. And we always kept the target market, which is Gen Z and millennials, in mind. So the starting point for us in the planning and selection and implementation, we had to make sure that we have clearly defined campaign objectives. So the 2 objectives that we had was for direct response campaigns and then for brand awareness. So for direct response campaigns, it was most important for us to look at the volume, the quality, and the cost. And we were looking at brand awareness campaigns, brand metrics became very important for us. So when I created this campaign, there was 5 important questions that we had to ask and answer about the integration. So first of all, we had to look at a consistent branding and messaging. We used the same look and feel and messaging on all versions of the digital assets to ensure that the message is clear and the branding is consistent. We communicated the launch of the new Denver Family Farms non-alcoholic beverages on all digital assets. Then we looked at varying the offer. We asked whether we should vary the offer, the messaging, and the creative throughout the campaign, and we decided not to because the campaign is targeted to 30 to 35-year-olds, and therefore only one creative was necessary that will appeal to our target market. When we looked at frequency, it was important that we don't bombard our customers with a message, and we've decided to post only 3 times a week on various social media platforms, but we will make sure that we actually take advantage of the peak times. Then we looked at optimizing the timing, as I mentioned in the point above. So according to Later, the best time to post to Instagram is 4 o'clock in the morning. And for Facebook, it is between 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. So we will be posting between these times to ensure we communicate the right time, to communicate at the right time for our advertisements to be seen. Our newsletters will be scheduled within the first 2 weeks of the month between 9 to 10. Then lastly, we look at sequencing of communications, and we've just decided to simultaneously roll out all at the same time, all communications. On this slide, you will see the time frames of the rollout. You will notice that the radio campaigns will run August, September, October, and that will be to support our goals according to our objectives as well. A lot of this is monthly because purely that is to make sure that we create the brand awareness. So that is the presentation in a nutshell. Following from here is question 2.